74,272 results. At the same time, even the Google Scholar has retrieved in a Google, it retrieved everything wherever the coronavirus has been mentioned in the piece of those documents or the websites. But when it comes for the scholarly academic research outputs, we have to rely on the indexing databases. Okay, so indexing databases are going to give you the most authenticated peer review. You have to start your research with the help of these indexing databases only. Okay, you should not blindly go into the Google and do the searches. Please avoid those things. Please go to your library, might be subscribing the good number of e-resources. Some of them I am going to cover in my next. Let's begin. So, try to alphabetical list of at the end of a book that shows the page where each thing in the list can be found. Most of us, whenever you visit any non-fictional books, especially fictional books, does not carry the index, but most of the non-fictional books is essentially a roadmap to the book, listing of the names, places, things in alphabetical order and giving the page numbers associated with the each topic. For the non-fiction books, packed with the valuable information, a well-made pointer to the information you are looking for. When it concerned with the books, it is a indexing page where it directs you to the page number of the information which you are looking for. So index looks like this. Many of you might have already noticed, but however, for the example I have taken, it is alphabetically listed over here. The way the indexing databases also help us. So why index? So index always gives you the information about what is the author talking about and what else is the author talking about. For example, the first page number which has mentioned may be giving you the definition of that keyword, but however the remaining page numbers you are looking for so quickly. And quality index should be first and foremost to help readers to find the topics within the main text of the fiction or non-fiction books, as well as the reference any related terms. And a good index should be thorough and clear. So when it comes for the scholarly publication, most of very essential for the journals where one attempts most of
Yes, sir. Yes, you're audible, sir. Yes.
Sorry, madam. Sorry. So many of you might have noticed most of the journals nowadays, they say we are indexed always mentioned. Okay. So most of these journals are
We are not able to hear you right now. There seems to be some internet issues. Irana, sir. Going on the same top 3 classes in the afternoon, unless there is any change in the last minute, which I will inform through the WhatsApp group. I'll just call him and find out what is the issue.
Databases?
Yes.
Okay, madam.
Yeah.
Than the journals that are not. Why? Because any journal, if it is not indexed, will not be well, there will be a selection criteria, so it will be depending upon the databases which we are referring. So these bibliographic or indexing databases will be having the criteria to select a journal to be indexed, because nowadays it is very easier to publish any journal because it needs just a small space on and only the journals which fulfill the ones. Okay. And indexing databases is perhaps important to understand the various requirements of getting a journal indexed. Okay. With the ISSN number, once it is assigned, then only it will be Springer number. Each of the articles will have its own DOI. Okay, so it is also be an important character to be included in a indexing databases. Editorial board page with the names, titles, and affiliations of the editors, because most of the times, whenever the ISSN will be assigned, they check thoroughly with the editorial board members. I am part of the 2 journals. There for one new journals, I have been inquired, because they always inquire with the editorial members whether they are genuine or not. Okay, and most of the times, whenever you will be part of any editorial board, they seek the institutional email IDs only. If you are going to use with your Gmail and all other things, so they will be little hesitant to assign you the ISSN number. So clearly stated time bound for the peer review policy and the publishing schedule, established copyright and at least basic article level metadata to facilitate the indexing. And in case of a journal does not have all these, then publishing in such journal is no use. So for you also, these are the simple criteria to select your articles to be published in future. So why indexing databases are so important? For any serious researcher, you are a serious as a serious researcher, you are serious, that's why you are research scholars. So interest is in ethics syllabus basis. Therefore, the database research, indexing database research is the activity and this indexing database plays a vital role. So let us try to understand one by one these databases. So Web of Science and Scopus. Web of Science and Scopus are very important databases when it comes for the scholarly publishing. But however, these 2 databases I am going to cover in my next session on a citation databases. So we'll count on a Google Scholar. Okay, you can create your own profile. Please do that. And whenever you start your research, if you don't have access to any of these indexing databases, at least search on a Google Scholar. Launched in 2004 by Google company, and it is the world's largest indexing and a citation database of a scholarly literature covering more. Because Scopus and Web of Science has a selection criteria. Scholarly literature get abstracts, quote opinions from academic publishers and professional publications.
Interruption. Disconnected. We are not able to hear continuous.
And quote opinions from the academic publishers and the professional societies. Definitely. Launched in 2016 by Microsoft company. Okay, it is a free public web search engine for the academic publications and literature developed by Microsoft Research, and it profiles author, organization, keywords. So, and it has indexed websites, and its APIs are retired on December 31st of 2021. Very recently, they have withdrawn this website. It was very wonderfully being X. Earlier, it has been called as a SiteSeer. Now they upgraded in 2008 and they have converted it into the SiteSeer Extra version. So it is a public search engine and a digital library for. They are expanding into other scholarly domains such as economics, physics, and other scientific fields. And SiteSeer X usually only harvest documents from the publicly available author. I have a website, or else if I have my indexing data. And it supports open access movements. Okay, to promote open data, SiteSeer X shares its data for non-commercial purpose under Creative Commons license. Okay, even though you can download their software from their website. Okay, you can customize and you can use. So one more important indexing database is Worldwide Science, that is WWS. This is also very important one. So this is designed and accelerated scientific discovery and progress by accelerating the sharing of scientific knowledge and enables to launch a single query search, lingual translation. Okay, and its ability to search across database in 10 different languages. And you can also have the result translated into their preferred language, but unfortunately, no Indian language is right now available. And clustering of the result into the subtopics is possible. Some modules you need to have your all the field of science. Artificial intelligence and publicly released in the 2015. Began as a database, provide one sentence summary of scientific literature, title which is indexed. Abstractive technique. Okay. Very wonderfully artificial intelligence technology, and I am very fond of this particular artificial. That's why whenever you search on their website through your mobile phones, every article will come along with the one single sentence summary of that scientific literature. Okay, so one more is PubMed. So PubMed is also very wonderful database, indexing database available to the public online since 1996. PubMed is a free resource supporting the search and retrieval of biomedical and life sciences literature. Most of them abstracts of a biomedical literatures. ERIC is for the Education Resources Information Center, established in 1966, and is an authoritative database of index and full text educational literature in the domain of education. They are indexing, and it is being, but it is dedicated to education literature only. So DOAJ, many of you might be knowing this already. The DOAJ is directory of OpenAI, and it is a website that hosts the community curated list of open access journals. It mostly indexed all the open access journals which with them who signs an agreement. Okay, they are not going to host your content, but they are going to host the indexing metadata of your open access journal. Okay, and they also have a wonderful criteria for selection of the journals to be indexed over there. And the project defines open access journals as the scientific and scholarly journals, making all their content available for free without delay. The moment it gets published in the publisher website, at the same time it gets indexed here, and user registration requirement and meeting high quality standards, notably by exercising peer review or editorial quality control. Most of us always think that any open access journal means we can pay some money and we can get it published. No, if any publication gets indexed in those, that means it has gone through that selection criteria. Okay, and they do peer review and editorial quality control. Okay, as on February 2022, that means yesterday only I took these data. The independent database contains more than 17,465 open access journals indexed, and it has indexed 71,84,600. Okay, and most importantly, this particular database covers literature in 80 different languages, and its content is coming from 130 countries. Even though you can note it down here, out of 17,004 articles. But right now I don't know, because I am not in touch with Mangalore University Library right now. That's why I don't know the status right now. But however, this is also one wonderful citation containing the abstract and the citation from the academic journals, and it covers more than 1100 journals from India, covering scientific, technical, medical, and social science. That includes arts and humanities. And Indian Citation Index provides search and analytical features also. And Indian Citation Index local national journals. Most of your UGC care list journals are part of this. So there might be an index. Right now I have never seen it recently, but however, earlier these are covering most important ones, and their different types of materials. What they are covering is research articles, review articles, short or brief communications, editorials, letter to editors, research notes, case studies, case reports, opinion papers, observation. So SciFinder for the chemistry people, I need not to explain it more. You might be knowing SciFinder is a very important database for, and it is being developed by American Chemical Society. SciFinder provides access to chemical literature, substances, reactions, and patents. And a research topic query searches only the bibliographic database metadata present in the CAPLUS and the identifier like ISBN, ISSN code, and DOI, etc. And one wonderful feature with the SciFinder is it also search through the inventor name. ChemSpider is being supported by the RSC, the Royal Society of Chemistry, and it is a free database with over 15 million sources, and it includes additional properties like related information and links back to the original data sources. Okay, it is always important to go back with the original data sources. So Merck Index Online, for it is also once developed by Merck Index, and it is regarded as also offers the same highly authoritative information as the print edition in print edition. Okay, but unfortunately it is to be subscribed. Madam, hope I am audible. Three bibliographic databases containing more than 8.5 million records. So these comes from three different bibliographic databases. The first one, which covers the astronomy and astrophysics. The second one covers the physics. Rely on this MR author ID like the Scopus ID or Publon ID. In a similar way, they have MR author ID, and it has got over 1,25,000 new items are added each year, and most of them classified according to the method. They also write their own reviews because they have a good strong editorial committee to write a review on those articles. When you search on MathSciNet, along full text of 25 million research articles with the different subject categories. Okay, this is not a small number. And the collection span from digitized copies of 18th century journals to the latest open access conference proceedings and the preprints traveled from the World Wide Web. So wherever you are uploaded your conference, this one, please use this, make a use of this particular Internet Archive Scholar along with the Google Scholar if you don't have access to any other indexing databases. So 6 million publications are coming from 25,000 journals. Active volumes articles, and it also has more than 1.6 million records, in particularly to the domain of economics and finance. So LexisNexis is abstract. It gives lot of journals are being indexed. Right now they are indexing over 440 periodicals from 68 countries in a more than 20 different languages. Okay, and they cover across indexing database, which also gives you access to lot of world's best academic literature, and it covers more than 1.4 billion records across 140 databases. Online, this is a 6,104 bibliographic records, and out of that 24,523 are ready to download. Okay, you can access this particular database for 96, which might be nearly now 1 lakh might have reached. One important one. So many of you wondering, when you have an indexing database, but when you search through that, only some supports with the full text database. In that case, if your library for all of you, this is JGate indexing database. It is a document delivery service also for the institutional which are members of eShoda Sindhu. Fortunately, Mangalore University as the premier university in Karnataka is a part of JGate at the rate eShoda Sindhu. Please, I request you to, whenever you are within the campus, go search jgateplus.com. It will land up to JGate at the rate eShoda Sindhu. Instead of National Institute of Technology Warangal, you may get Mangalore University Mangalore. There you can as available in other libraries also. It will also allow you to, you have any queries, and I'm very sorry for all the technical glitches. Madam, over to you.
Yes, sir. Everything has been fine at the later in this era of information explosion. We have so many bases available for us to access the information. Maybe you can just tell them they are all in the initial stage of research. We have given them so many options. Some of them are their indexing databases and then slowly narrow down to their subject specific databases, or how is it, or directly go to the subject?
To complete my research, so I know the nowadays we are what do you call having the overflow of the information nowadays. But how to find the authentication of the such information is holds a lot of importance. Okay, that's why I suggest them to go to the subject specific database. If you have any subject specific databases, example, if you don't have access to math cyanide for a mathematics researcher, I highly recommend them to use like a Google Scholar, that Internet Archive Scholar, like that. And you have to search your introductory letter, and you can have a search over there. That is possible.
Yeah, some of them are institutional facilities, and the institution gives provision to use them, and research scholars should make use of it.
Yes, madam.
So, if anybody wants to have some clarifications, can anybody wants to clear your doubts, any information to be shared? So we'll be talking about the citation databases in your next class, sir?
Yes, madam. Because citation databases, they are most importantly stressed upon the scope. Nowadays, even if your scholars start publishing in Scopus and Web of Science indexed journals, so it can upgrade your rank institutional. In a group 1, wherein group 2 they have only the article journals indexed in Scopus and Web of Science will be considered. I think for them also, for the research scholars, what is your university criteria? They have to publish 2 articles at least?
Yes. Yeah. For the pre-thesis submission colloquium, they have to have 2 articles published.
2 articles, it should be of a UGC care listed. UGC care list has a 2 list. One is list 1, where UGC has decided some journals of a Web of Science. So, for example, in my domain, particular domain, I have only 19 journals and Web of Science journals. So, it will be easier for you people to get a vast number of journals.
Yes. And they also should know that it is very important to have their Google Scholar profile set up
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
as
Yes, madam.
researchers. Interact another 1 minute we can give them. Okay, thank you so much, sir. It was very informative session. Okay.
Thank you.
I thank all the participants. We'll update you about the this valuable time with us and sharing the information, which has been
Thank
very useful to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please
So,
permit me to leave, madam.
yes.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
madam.
we are closing this class.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.